name is Sarita Dougherty, and I live and make work here in Los Angeles. I have Southern roots that go into Cajun and Irish families in Louisiana on my dad's side, and then I have Bolivian roots on my mom's side that go into the La Paz, Aymara area of South America. And my life up until my 20s was about reconciling, for sure, those two roots. So my work involves Western training, also Western ancestry, but with a real lean into earth-based and traditional practices from Bolivia, where my mom grew up. My painting process is really straightforward in the sense that I'm a plein air painter, so I sit in front of a site that inspires me or somehow transcends the everyday and gives me bliss and gives me a sense of place and identity, and I'll sit and paint that, and I still have that practice really strong, and I love that practice because it grounds me and it gives me insight into the land that I'm on and the place that I'm living and into myself. But in more recent years, I've leaned towards collaboration and finding ways of collaborating with different people, and each collaboration looks different according to the practices of the people or person that I'm working with. So a person that I've been collaborating in life with is my partner Champoy. I was invited to do this exhibit at Visitor Welcome Center, and I asked if I could curate a group show because I wanted to see what I could find within my community, within the visual artists in my community, that we have in common, and also ways that our aesthetics can be different but complement each other, and also find a transformative space in our collective practices. In other words, a space that literally a person can walk into and somehow their body feels different, or their mood can shift, or they can think about things related to ancestry, earth, indigeneity, ritual, ceremony in ways that they never thought before. So I wanted to collaborate with Champoy, and we decided to create an actual dwelling that sort of mimics the dwelling we live in. We live in a yurt on the side of a mountain, and the yurt informs a lot of what we do because it's a very porous home, which means we're constantly interacting with the land that we're on, whether it's lizards coming inside, birds coming inside, insects certain times of year. Also, you really feel the shifts of season, which people don't think there's too much seasonal shift in LA, but there really is. And when you're living with a canvas wall, you can really feel that in a pretty embodied and deep way. So we created a mini yurt for this exhibit that is called the Decolonization Chamber, or Paradigm Portal. And one way we decided to complement our practices was to have his work on the outside and my work on the inside. So his painting on the outside of the portal is a critique of late stage capitalism, because so much of consumer culture and late stage capitalism is normalized. We're taught to buy anything we want without thinking about where it was extracted from the earth and whose labor was extracting it, and whose labor was made to create that, and who's profiting off of that labor and that resource extraction, and did the indigenous people of that place give permission for people to extract resources there? And even in the New Age community, things like crystals, for example, it's like, I'm going to use these crystals for my personal healing, and still it's like a consumerist mindset of, I'm just going to buy these things so I feel better, or I think I'm going to work on myself in this way, but not thinking about those came from the earth and someone extracted them, and that was a sacred site to someone. Of course, like, I'm not anti-crystal. You get gifted a crystal, that's cool, but like buying tons of crystals, without thinking about where they're sourced, that's a part of late stage capitalism and consumer culture, where we just expect, we're allowed, we're entitled to buy anything we want because we can, we deserve to, we have money, without thinking about the repercussions of that purchase on the earth. And it's intense because I don't really think we have a choice. We have to live in this culture right now, unless we're really, really off-grid. And I'm not really for that route, because I want to engage with society, because I'm also part of society. And I think we have to engage and be real and also be gentle on ourselves. So then the inside space is that space to be gentle, and a place that's not telling you exactly how to feel or how to react, but providing a room, a location to process, and also to be in community. So it's a gathering space. And so Champ and I, we both work in that, of calling in a new paradigm. And he sort of deals with the refuse of the current one in his work more, and then I kind of deal with let's vision the new one that we want to call into.